That's where they, or that or a milk store, one or the other.
That's a Canadian picture. Those are igloos on top.
Hey, we have a guest tonight.
Yeah, he hasn't shown up yet, though. We should have Papa Z coming on.
It's my mom, Rick. Get ready.
But hopefully he's
Rick is always ready.
So hopefully he should be coming up here any minute now. Yeah, he hasn't shown up yet, though. We should have Papa.
It's got to be Rick.
Oh God. My feedback.
Gotta be Rick.
Rick is always ready. So hopefully.
I swear it isn't me.
I love it because this show starts off like the Dick Van Dyke Show because he's gonna go through this shit. It's so fucking awesome. I love it.
My favorite is Rick's reaction once he finds out.
Son of a bitch.
It's always the best. It's always the best. I love it. Rick, you're awesome. Hashtag love ya.
Why?
Rick
Man's a
rule.
legend.
Well, while Rick tries to figure that out, what's up, chat? I'm gonna pop in and say hi.
That always fucks me up when you get this shit talking in the background there. So anyways, hopefully our guest is not nothing too big going on there with him. Everything's all good, and it's just shit happens with life sometimes, and hopefully he'll be here pretty quick.
Yeah.
So,
If not, what y'all got going on tonight?
I'm smoking a little of the Blueberry Butcher right now.
that's exciting.
Oh yeah, it's got such a nice racy buzz to it. I fucking love it. Delicious.
Is it that very like high sativa type?
It definitely leans to the sativa, racy but not panicky. Like there's no anxiety, at least for me. But it really could set your day right if you wanted to. Perfect daytime weed.
Berry cookies. That strain alone was phenomenal when I had it. A couple times I've had it, and then crossing that thing with the Ripper. Ooh-wee. Sounds like it'd be something lethal.
The Ripper really adds a nice touch of that sativa to it. At least the phenos I had, because it showed up in all three of them.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Very nice. Yeah, that's something exciting too. I mean, just getting the Ripper back into circulation. It's just fantastic. I mean, we all kind of love subby strains, and to get them out, get them put back in some other stuff. Man, it's exciting to me that people are starting to bring them back, work with them, all that good stuff.
What's everybody else smoking on tonight?
I've got some shatter dabs I'm doing here myself. Was decided to hit the dispensary on the way home there and pick up some fucking way overpriced for shatter. It's it'll do the trick, but at the end of the day, I was excited for tonight's show, coming and hanging out with everyone. So it's gonna be a great time. But
I have no clue what.
So speaking of dabs, guys, I think we had a point of order to call to right away. We need to hit the dab frog for Sam and his family. And I called out to the group here saying anybody that can get their hands on some Mountain Dew to do a little Mountain Dew boot for Sam. And then I'm the asshole that didn't fucking do it on my way home from work. But so I screwed up on my own request. But anyway, Sam, we love you. Going through some shit, and this dab's for you, brother.
That's all right. I did it right. I got the 2 liter. I said I wasn't going to do this anymore, and I got the 2 liter. So here we go.
That is diabetes.
That is absolute death in a bottle.
Hey, I was gonna grab a 2 liter, but the wife went and she got me a 12-pack of Mountain Dew instead, so I'll be all jacked up.
Got to move them all. On that, I've got me. I think I'm smoking on a little bit of. It's a little bit of salad of kind of everything I grow. It's got a little Hawaiian in there, a little bit of hash and got CBD from Hypothetical, a little bit of Purple Fantasy #1. That's an old strain that I should have kept and not got rid of again. And some other very funky grapefruity. Really grapefruity diesel-y strain. I just mix them all up and it makes something yummy and makes me ramble and say stupid shit.
No,
I
pretty
like
much
that.
doing
Yeah.
the thing. I'm smoking on some Shredder and some Chango Terpene Titties and some White Widow all mixed together. And, I put some live diamonds on top of it. I had some dragon fruit live diamonds, and it's really yummy.
Yeah, I was always scared one day, when you allegedly may get to smoke some of the stuff that of mine. I'm just worried he's gonna hit it and he's gonna be like, man, everybody was talking about how good it was. But this man's smoking like diamonds on top of his shit every day, man. My fucking weed ain't gonna do nothing to him.
You know what, Fluff? If I feel it at all, that's doing really well. So don't worry about it, man.
Fantastic. We're gonna find out then. Allegedly.
The dream.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
allegedly.
he's allegedly gonna feel that Hawaiian if that's the offending him.
Well, that's gonna get passed around a little bit. I'm picking up my clones on Thursday to get that Hawaiian back in my garden, and we are going to do that as my first feminized project. So there will be seeds of that one coming soon.
Groovy.
That's exciting. Are you gonna have a bunch of other stuff in the room with it when you feminize it to make? Is that R1 seeds for? I think it is for if you're using feminized pollen on other plants.
I haven't decided if I am going to add a bunch of stuff to the room or not. It's a couple of the guys got tried. It's very interesting. It's kind of actually a very flat flavor profile. It's not super amazing. It's just pretty average, and it hits you really good. It's a strong weed that gets your ass moving, but the taste is kind of meh. So I would like to really get something special to throw in there with it. It's just a matter of finding the right profile, man. I think it's going to have to be like a limey or a strawberry. It's going to have to be one of those type of things. If I could find something that's almost mango-y, that'd be amazing to put in there. But those can be kind of hard to come by, that profile. And then,
so you want something fruity then? Well, what do we have within our group here? What do we have for fruity flavors that we could ship your way? That'd be a good conversation to have, because honestly, I'm trying to be selfish here. I would love to have some of mine in there. I'll be straight up about that. I think that'd just be cool as hell to have some of mine in a breeding project. I had another grower. I don't know if he wants to be mentioned on the show, but he reached out to me a few weeks back talking about he's going to feminize some of my stuff down in the States there. I was just like, man, when I got that message from him, I was like, dude, it was just like the coolest fucking thing. I was grinning ear to ear. If I remember correctly, that was like a first thing in the morning message. And it was just like, you go to work just thinking, somebody's going to grow my shit. And I started thinking, fuck, I need to figure out how to make money growing weed legally so that I can stop going to work every day and just do weed.
Did I get a Durban cross from you? Because that could possibly be really interesting.
Were you asking about a fruity strain, Caribou?
Yep.
What about Fruity Pebbles?
Ooh, yeah, that could be all right.
I got those.
Yeah, I mean, he also sent me that DJ Short blueberry. But I don't think that's quite the right flavor profile for it. We're kind of going for more like the tropical, not the
So Fruity Pebbles would work better than the blueberry.
All those slurry grapefruit.
I got a guava. I got guava Kush.
I mean, does it have a decent,
It's got a good profile. I mean, it was one of the earlier grows. I should probably give it another try after 4 or 5 years. I could probably do a lot better, but it wasn't bad. You could smell the fruitiness. I wouldn't necessarily pinpoint it to a guava, but I haven't sniffed a guava enough to actually tell you that. So, but it had a gas to it. Definitely had a gas to it.
I was almost even thinking, Ye motherfucking Haw gave me a couple golden goats that I promised him was coming up right next, which might be an interesting route to go with that. You know, that Hawaiian by Golden Goat might actually be kind of interesting.
Are they S1s or BXs?
Golden Goats are S1s. Or you could have the BX too, or BC one. Sorry, you get people upset if you don't call it the right thing. But he does have the BX1 and the S1.
I have to go back and check the pack. I almost think it's actually the BX1.
Okay.
But that one might be interesting. But yeah, what was he saying? Like the Violator maybe might be kind of interesting to cross to it also.
I got
grapefruit
femmes, or they were supposed to be femmes at least. That might be interesting. And when I grew those out, I think I grew 3 of the beans, and one of them turned out to be male. So I'm guessing they just were not actually femmes, and some guy was just pushing something. But there was definite citrus in there. It was nice and real glittery. There was good stuff. And then so I got those, and I think I should still have a shit ton of grapefruit, like F2s or whatever they would have been when. So what happened with that one is I can't remember why, but I had 2 bloom rooms going on. And the one where they're like 20 feet apart, which what I would have thought was a pretty good distance. But I remember I wasn't supposed to be breeding at the time. That's why when I went away for 2 weeks and then came home, and fucking there was balls over in this closet here, and everything over here had seeds in it. I was just like, holy shit. That was the first time I would seen, because like there's like would have been very little direct pollen contact, right? It's just how the intake fan that wasn't covered and didn't have any kind of actual filtration going into that room, just sucking everything in there, seeding it out. And it was like, wow. That's when I found out that yes, you can absolutely smoke seedy weed, but god damn, does it ever fucking suck. Just sitting there pulling it out. And I got hit with that again just recently, like not even a year ago, when I was doing those OG Kush, that I was all so excited about for a future breeding project, that because we had some OG Kush in this town that was just stellar. And I was under the impression they were seed growers, and I got some seeds off them, and that just around the time I flipped them, I found out, oh no, those are actually clone growers. I'm like, shit, I know what that means for these seeds then, right? And just everything was just, I actually got sick of it and ended up just making oil with it. And then if you guys recall a while back on the show, or I think it was on the show, we were talking about how I made a bunch of oil, like RSO, that had the weird fucking consistency. It had the RSO consistency, but a whole bunch of extra oily shit in there. And I think that's what happened, is just somehow I bleached a bunch of the hemp seed oil out of the seeds or something like that. And but yeah, so the seeds fucked me over again, because I was like, I was like, maybe someone spilt something weird in there, and I wasn't gonna take that chance. And then I think after somebody in chat, probably Spartan, like Mr. RSO expert, was probably told me, oh yeah, no, it was probably just hemp seed oil. And so I should have took a chance, because there's a lot in there, eh? Like it would have got me through a good.
You know, those are the kind of stories though that I really hate hearing, because I have 3 males right across. There's only a 100-year-old wall with cracks and all kinds of shit in it, separating 3 males from my very nicely flowering tent right now, that it would be prime, just prime right now to just pollinate that whole motherfucker. So just stop talking about it.
Careful with them. What do you got for males again? What's going
on? I've got 2 of the jungle bunnies from Chestbanger. If I recall correctly, I believe it was Mochi by Black Congo.
Okay.
So I'm a big fan of the gelatos. It's kind of like a gelato cross, you know, not one of the more popular ones, but you know, I like those. And so I've got 2 of those. I actually put a female of the same kind in there because, well, I just wanted to kind of do a preservation run. So I've got her just sitting right in between the 2 males. I'm going to collect the pollen because they were a hell of a good grower. So I'm going to collect some of that pollen. And then I have a Dutch Passion Alaskan Thunderfuck that is just dropping pollen everywhere right now. And I think he's going to be real interesting to throw on some things. So I'm collecting that pollen. And if any just so happens to make it over to that other jungle bunny, then, well, we'll see. So,
yeah, it's a good chance you're gonna have some mixtures there.
Yeah.
Not to say, but hey, man, you're gonna have something interesting at the very least. That's for sure.
I love the way this Alaskan Thunderfuck male looked. The only thing, I mean, it needs is like structure. You could tell when the thing starts budding out, it's going to be just a floppy son of a bitch.
Yeah.
A GMO type floppy.
Okay. So one thing I'm starting because I've done a fair bit of pheno hunting for males and females. But a lot of phenos at one time, not been searching for a lot of years kind of thing. And I've struggled to find the male that speaks to me. I've often said, and if you've already find one that you're looking at and go with your gut on that, because I've searched and maybe, I don't know, maybe I just have ridiculously high standards or something like that for what I'm trying to do. But no, just be ruthless with it. If it speaks to you, go with it. If it makes you
it grew real interesting. There's some cannabis posts, I think maybe, or at least I had some pictures of it when I thought it was a goddamn female, and I was super excited about it. And it wasn't because it was a super vigorous grower, but I mean, this thing had like 1/4-inch node spacing from the top to the bottom. This thing was going to make donkey dicks on every single branch, and it didn't branch out a bunch unless I topped it. It didn't really branch. It just wanted to grow this crazy, sticky, just nodes everywhere. So if it passes on, man, it's going to pass on. I'm hoping it passes on, that node spacing and not so much that floppy ass stem. And it was gassy. I mean, it was funky. So, it did speak to me a little bit. It spoke to me way more than the other males that I had, -1, but he had to just get cut the fuck out completely because he was in a no-till bed and I can't really move that big son of a bitch around. So he just had to get the axe. But if I had a choice of a male to definitely keep, he would have been one because, well, we saw that he was half that tan. So, he would have definitely been a choice to keep.
This is exciting. So, man, me and you haven't had a chance to actually talk breeding in a while. I just how we all know how life gets, and you sometimes aren't able to talk for a while. I'm getting all excited talking about this, but then it also just makes me think. So I was talking to Dave earlier. We confirmed RJ, right, for the 23rd.
Yeah. Yes, he says he's down.
Okay, so we've got our breeders panel we were talking about last week, I think, or maybe the week before, that we've been trying to put on. So we've got Ross to Jeff confirmed with that, followed by Ms. Jill. We've got Jinx Proof, Old School Chronic. I've got to reach back out to him and reconfirm because he said he was down for that one. Absolutely. We're hoping to get Hypothetical in there because he's the autoflower guy, so he's going to bring that aspect to that. I'm going to be there, so this is going to be a really good time for that.
I can't wait to watch this one. This is going to be a great panel, and I hope to just sit back and listen to this.
I think it's going to be a great time. And then I've already said I don't want to moderate this because I'll be nervous, honestly, and I just kind of want to try and learn and maybe speak a little bit, ask a few questions. So the sequence asked to moderate or volunteer to moderate that. So if that's still open to him, we'll do that. But we're talking about having somebody also from the panel of guys that I'm looking at sit on there and just monitor chat and take chat questions, make a concerted effort to hit them all. And we're okay. Well, who do we do? Do we do like Prophet or do we do Rick? Kind of was my first kind of thoughts to that. And we're thinking, why not throw two of them up there, and have so that could be I think that might be what we're looking at there. Quite potentially.
Good call.
That's good, 'cause
That
I don't
sounds
want
like
to read
work
and
on
ask
my
other
end.
people's questions because I got a lot I got to ask. So
That
yeah,
sounds
I'm
like
glad
work
you
on
got
my
them
end.
doing it.
Or we can well, if you don't want, we can hand it off to DP if you.
No, I could do it, man. I'll just sit there with a notebook. I can
Oh
read
yeah,
my own.
look at
I
him,
can
look at
read
him.
my
He's
own
like, oh,
handwriting.
whoa, I didn't say I wasn't gonna. I just
Yeah.
backpedaling real quick, motherfucker.
Reading and writing. I'm shocked, man. Shocked.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And talking at the same time.
Yep. After so many drops to the head. Well, they say drops. I think it was more like spikes, but whatever.
All across the room. Same thing.
My dad was a Dolphins fan. He was really angry. He'd throw me a lot.
Hey, I want to
much
give
to
a
celebrate?
quick. Okay, cool. I want to give a quick just shout out to everybody in friggin' chat. And it looked like it was like Crazy Pop Mom's anniversary or something. So happy anniversary to you.
Oh,
Cheers
is
to
that
everybody
right?
in
Happy
fucking
anniversary.
chat.
Happy anniversary.
Rock fuck on. And I just realized that I'm in top chat. So while
So
everybody's doing
I
this
did
with me,
earlier.
This is the
Yeah,
first
man.
time
Let's
I've
fix
even
these
been
chats.
over here. And actually, I got to I should probably hit the like button for the show too.
Good call.
yeah, so y'all know how to do it, man. If you want the best chatting experience, man, take your stuff from top chat, switch it over to live chat, maybe even pop out that chat. So you can just drag it around, look at it, do what you do, you know. Give yourself the best chatting experience you possibly can.
Subscribe, hit notifications.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah, man. Hit that stuff. Cheers,
Touch
bud.
yourself while touching the thumbs up button. We'll appreciate that.
One thumb up your ass, one thumb up on the thumbs.
That's it.
A little bit. One day that package is going to land for you, I hope. I checked tracking. They still have a tracking number. So it's still somewhere in the system.
Just think of how much easier it'll be when drones are delivering everything.
Oh, I know it, right?
I was being sarcastic.
Smoke
You'd
this
be
one
walking
for
around
bees.
doing your lawn, and all of a sudden a drone loses power and smacks you in the head with a fucking package. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
And I got real excited, like at the Domino's commercial, man. I want one of them little fucking pizza ovens to just drive to my house with a pizza in it. That sounds so cool.
I'd keep
Not a
the
real
car.
thing?
It seems to be, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, man, they're showing commercials right now where they have like autonomous, they're super small little, I mean, it looks like a freaking little mini oven that is kind of shaped like a minivan.
Yeah, but Fluff,
shows.
they had the commercials with the Noid bouncing around. Did you think he
Hey,
was
the
really
Noid
there?
is fucking cool. Yes, the Noid's cool.
He is,
the Noid's
but I'm just
real.
asking, did you think he
Kenneth
was really
Noid
there?
thought he was real. Kenneth Noid thought he was real.
But
You
I
know
don't
that
know. They're
story,
talking
Prophet.
about that automatic delivery, so I think it's a thing.
I mean, think about it. How many pizzas could that thing hold? It looked like it had like 2 oven racks and like maybe 2 on the other side. So that's 4, and it goes out, delivers fucking 2 pizzas, comes back to the office, gets some more pizzas in it. Is it baking the fucking pizza inside of it?
Oh, that'd be the shit,
order.
wouldn't it? Then you can really get a fucking quick, hot, fresh pizza. That'd be awesome, actually. You may have stumbled on something. You better hurry go patent that shit.
I
Now all
definitely
you
wouldn't
gotta
want
do is
a
figure
Domino's
out
fresh
how
pizza.
to. All you gotta do is figure out how to get it to put itself in a box, dude. I'd hate to be the one to have to take it out of the oven, man.
It's gonna be some fancy. It like bakes it in the box. It'll somehow bake the pizza, but not the box. It's like an induction.
That just sounds
you know,
wrong.
It's some
The box
fucking weird
is
mad
oven.
science.
The box is gonna
Yeah.
be the
Yeah, they'll just whip up some chemicals, man. It'll heat it up. It'll
It's
be
a 3D
fine.
pizza.
Don't worry
It's a
about
3D
it. The FDA will
pizza. Don't
approve
worry about it.
it. The FDA will approve it. It'll be okay.
It's got rollers
Damn.
on the inside, and you could drops a little box right in front. It can roll the pizza right.
Oh
out
yeah,
into
and when it comes to a stop, the pizza just slides right off and into the box. See, there's where
No,
it's at.
see, even better. It's like the Ninja Turtle fucking van where it just shoots pizzas.
Hey, we should
So
have
it fucking
motherfuckers
shoots it right
pay
at the
us
house.
to just throw ideas at a wall, because I feel like this would be a good idea. We'll all just get stoned, get paid to throw ideas at a wall.
Dude,
Someone
he's
say
got the
that's every
NASA
day,
shirt
Buff.
on. We're applying for NASA.
fluff
Yep.
that is every day. Everyday R&D.
I know, man. That should be us, man.
Every R&D department has at least one of us in there.
It's like cancer pizza. Yes, it does. But the FDA will approve it. Like I said, it'll be okay. It won't mean a thing.
Yeah, until that delivery one day and that thing goes haywire and decides to throw you in the oven and fucking turn you into a goddamn next delivery. I mean, come on, how many movies do we have to see where they show us that fucking AI just turns on us? You know, like, fuck.
It doesn't have to be the AI, man. It could be aliens. They take over our stuffs.
Yeah, they travel hundreds of billions of light years to come fucking anal probe us and
so
mutilate our cows.
Well, yeah,
that makes perfect fucking sense to me, because that's what I would do if I could travel through space and time. I would totally be doing that.
Well, it's because
anal probing the fucking locals and fucking doing crop circles like a jackass and fucking, you know, mutilating cows. Yep, that's what I would be doing.
I don't think they mutilate.
Totally scientific, all based on
fucking hang out with
you know
them,
what?
talk with them.
Maybe the aliens doing that. It's like the government's version of a bullshit like operation just to waste money on. So like the aliens have this bullshit scientific operation. They come, they butt probe us, they mutilate fucking cows, they do other stupid shit like crop circles, and then, you know, they go and continue on with this shit. But it's really just like they're charging the alien higher ups fucking, you know, $10,000 for a toilet seat like our military does.
Be an asshole. Are you saying they draw the crop circles? That's not what the crop circles
No, it's
are.
connected. I mean, they got to give more proof that they care.
They don't just go
you
out
got to
and
have
make them
some
for
proof.
fun.
I just want to know why every time Prophet talks about aliens, he starts out with butt probing.
It's boof life, baby.
It's just, you know, math comes up, there's butt probing. Gotta go check out butt probing.
Any abductee that comes back, they're usually coming back with some vicious fucking stories of like being, you know, violated in all types of orifices. So, you know, I'm just saying, how many fucking years do you need to fucking?
You need to stop getting your alien research off of Pornhub, okay?
Oh, that's not alien research.
Yeah, it's not like factual white paper, like, you know, that's not Jurassic Park white paper research, right? That's Pornhub alien research, nowhere near the same thing.
All right.
Hey, the best laugh I had today was when Uncle Rick asked, "What the fuck is wrong with you guys?"
That happens on a weekly basis, if not
pretty much every time we talk to him.
Yeah, anytime he
Pretty
stumbles
much
upon
daily.
him.
Okay.
And he's still never going to figure it out.
Oh,
Okay, first of all, can you hear me?
No.
Loud and clear, big guy.
Okay, so I think I figured, no, I didn't figure out the problem. All of a sudden it's not doing the echo thing. So here's hoping. Yeah, so I just figured out pop-out chat. That's the good news, but now I've lost it. I don't know where it went to. Oh, there it is. So I can.
Welcome to Tech Time with Rick, everybody.
Spartan explained this to me, but of course it went in one ear, not the other.
I love this part of the show. It's like an episode of Red Green where all of a sudden it shifts to Rick and talking about tech stuff.
Anyway, there was something else on my mind that I wanted to share with you, but kind of high right now. It'll come back to me. It'll come back. Oh, speaking of baby come back, I did get a request from the chat to give a little bit of that radio voice. I'm not quite sure what they meant by it, but we'll give it a shot here. So.
Can you announce the top 40?
Come on, Silky, get it.
I think chat's pretty wet right now after that.
Little gushy.
From Uncle Rick to Uncle Silky.
I was kind of creeped out for a second.
Yeah. he definitely had that, like, you want some candy?
Yeah, I think that was more perv and less skillbo there, buddy. You were doing better last time.
Okay, I couldn't get my head in the game.
It's okay. You'll get plenty more chances. Trust me.
Take a dab, hit and focus, and practice a couple times with your mute button.
That's right.
Will
Right.
do.
Yeah, man, Johnny is full of good info tonight. Cheers, Johnny.
Roll.
Oh, it just came back to me. So, right or wrong, the team decided to invite me into Discord. So, I'm one of the people that are on the inside now. And it's been about 3 days, and oh my God, I'm like, I think I'm going to have a heart attack. My notification thing goes on. Not only does it make a noise, but it vibrates. It's a bad situation, but I'll be okay. I'll be okay. So then when I go to try to catch up on what's going on in Discord, like I just get totally lost. But I did come to a realization today, and it was Hurtin Albertan that reminded me. I can just start reading. I don't have to go all the way to the beginning of the storyline. I can start at the end and fucking go backwards, and it's still, still break up laughing. And even though I'm reading it backwards, it doesn't matter.
10
It's
lines
all
up, maybe 15, you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. That's all you need. You don't have to worry about the 30 other messages because it has nothing to do with the last 10 lines.
Yeah, I've even
Rick,
given up.
I used to ask Prophet catch me up, and he'd catch me up in a quick 30-second review.
I remember some of those. Yeah,
I was pretty good at that.
Nice catch ups. Yeah.
I got to the point where I had this mindset. It's right. I got to scroll to the red line where all the new messages were. Right, so you got to scroll all the way up because you might have missed something really funny. Well, I realized that you only got to go a few messages to find something that's pretty goddamn funny in this group. I don't need to see all the fucking funny anymore. So yeah, you guys get 10 lines. If you ain't got nothing good to say, then I'm out.
but then of course every now and then I see the safe word in there, and of course all it does is rise my curiosity, so I got to go looking more. So anyway,
That's a call to arms too, Rick. It's not just a safe word, it's a call to arms. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who's up? Hey, we all announce the fact that we're there. We just announce that we're all there listening if anybody's got some bullshit to drop or something funny to say.
They gotta listen
When in doubt, put a GIF up. That usually starts the shit.
I used to use that word with great pride, and then you guys just kind of ruined it for me. Now I just avoided it all.
We love that word. Okay.
I really.
You want my word from where I'm from? It's wicked. You could totally take it. It's wicked cool.
Hurtin made us official Canadians, eh?
Yeah, he gave me my official card, so I had to start using the A.
Well,
I feel if I don't kill a bear
agreeing with somebody, so
with my bare hands, I can't be Canadian.
If you're a real Canadian, you should be up here growing medical weed with me. I think that's how that should work.
I am growing medical weed down here.
Hurtin is my official Eskimo. So when we made him an Eskimo, he made us Canadians.
we moved him a little farther up, and we moved up with him. Huh? It took all of us.
He ain't growing shit outdoors over there where fucking Dritz dropped him. He's like, nah, not even auto's gonna work for you, buddy. Enjoy.
Dude, that dude, he says man, my internet keeps fucking up because the goddamn antenna keeps melting off the top of the igloo. So, he's officially became my goddamn Eskimo, man, for sure. He ain't Canadian, he's an Eskimo. So he just made us all Canadians, so we're closer to him.
Does anybody know what an Eskimo brother is?
Where do Eskimos come from if they don't come from Canada? What's farther north than us?
Probably Georgia.
I'm
Ain't
thinking
there
like,
parts of Alaska that kind of loop up there?
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. The tundra
mean-
and shit.
My North American Canadian geography isn't that good. If you want, throw me on the other side of the world. I know a lot more for some odd reason, but yeah,
Uncle
I'm
Rick
pretty
had
sure.
a nice
Canada went all
attitude he wanted to.
Rick. Hey, this is a Rick question. Whereabouts
Yeah.
on that end?
Where the fuck are we?
There.
Hey, we
You guys
got
are too
bees
much
in
with
chat,
that. I
man.
love it.
Cheers, bees. And,
Oh.
much love to you, brother.
We love you.
Bees, what up?
All right, boys, face down.
There we
Ass.
go.
Let's see you boof those dudes for them.
I just want to warn my American friends, we are planning an invasion, so be ready for us, okay?
You already did it, dude.
Bring plenty of
Nicest
weed.
invasion
That's how-
ever happened.
That's how mellow you guys were. You just showed up. Hey,
Oh yeah,
Bring plenty of weed.
we're really high. By the time we get there, we smoke. It's a long drive. We smoked a lot of joints in the car right on the way down. We've chilled the fuck out by the time we got there. Like, and we're fucking high. And we're like, what are we doing here, man? And it's like, oh, taco stand. Woo!
They got to California. They saw a fucking fish taco truck and decided to go back to Canada. They're like, all right, we're good, boys. Let's go. That's funny. That's the best way I've ever heard. Like Canada, that's how a Canadian invasion would go. Yeah.
dude,
By the
they come
time-
over.
by the
They'd be
time they
like,
got
out of
there.
weed, and they'd be like, hey, can you get any weed, eh? And then that's all they would need, and then they would follow that individual deeper into the United States, obviously, to where the weed guy is, and then
Right.
the
They
Canadian would
get
get
here.
stoned,
Then they
and
rob
they're
and they go to
adventurous. They're adventurous, and they would end up moving around and end up farther away. Yeah, I'm telling you, I can see
Get
it.
it from you guys on the other side, and that's where it would all
Yeah.
just go to hell right
I could totally see how the Canadian migration could totally be driven by the cannabis.
She's out in the pool swimming. Oh,
But anyways, up here within the next couple of years, they're starting to change laws so that medical growers like myself supposedly are going to be able to sell their product to dispensaries.
Be real nice.
I personally, right now, I have a feeling getting medical licenses might get a little bit harder up here now. If they're going to bring that into effect, or maybe not. I hope not, because I think everybody should have the chance to be able to grow quality product, have it batch tested, and follow all your taxation and regulatory laws and whatnot, and make a living for themselves. I was talking to a couple of you guys earlier about like I work hard for a living, and it hurts my body after a while. It would be nice to be able to at least say not quit that job because I like what I do, but if I could take say winters off and not have to go out in that cold freaking snow up to your waist, sludging through that, like that sucks. Those are the days that really hurt me. So maybe I could legally sell my cannabis and supplement those 6 months off or whatever, and or maybe I'm good enough that I can actually quit my job altogether, because let's face it, I'd much rather spend my days in a garden than out in the bush with the chainsaw, as much as I do like it.
Man, if I could just hustle, if I could just hustle my own stuff, farmers market my own stuff. If they just gave me that option, I'd make a career out of it. I'd go out and hustle again like I used to when I was 18.
Yeah, I think it would. I think it's great, and like, especially one sec.
Hey, Dave,
So with all the overspending due to COVID that every government in the world seems to be doing, or at least here in North America, right? It's like you got to pay that back in taxes and stuff like that. People are out of jobs, so this is a potential job for a lot of people. They can pay their taxes, get paid. It's an income for them as well, right? Like it's good for the government. It's good for the people, in my opinion. And it's good for the clientele as well. We all know what we have to say about these big time grow ops. By the time you get your shit from these big huge, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm really high and I just can't say the words right now. And by the time you get it at the dispensary, the product just isn't there. if I could have a chance to go to my local dispensary or the local farmer's market and just be like, here, fuck, that would be. But someone could talk now, because I think I've already said the exact same thing like 4 or 5 times in a row at least. So
I was just sitting here thinking that if like 2 twins come rolling down this fucking picture in Dave's thing, I'm out, dude. I'm out. Like I'm gonna have a fucking panic attack, freak out. That shit creepy.
It's
Hey, it's the Shining, baby.
I know, that's what I
that's-
said. If 2 twins come down this motherfucker behind you, I'm out. Like
Well, it's the
I'm
best part when he comes back, you see him coming out the door with the do, but it looked like it could have been fucking Dick Joke Dave with not necessarily the do in his hand. I'm like, is he actually doing it? But he's doing it for the bees. Doing it
I was just saying, man, did anybody see that sexy ass get up and walk out the room? It was like, hey.
Yes.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
did any of you guys ever
I didn't
catch a
realize-
breakdown on that movie, The Shining? Like his connection to like
Waiting for
Yeah.
Rasta Jeff to come out of one of them goddamn doors, man.
I don't think the doors are real, man.
All right, I'm gonna do another dab, so somebody throw some dab frog emojis in there or something like that for me, please, because I'm on my computer and I don't know how to do that from my computer.
Hey, ribbit, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Rip it. Rip it. Hey, good luck. You should hit that Hawaiian with that slurricane. I knew I was going to say that, but I honestly think that'd be fantastic. It has a nice dark cherry note on it. It'd be great with that Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Finisher.
Okay. I mean, you tried the Hawaiian and you've tried the slurricane, so
And
I mean,
I've tried a lot of other I've tried the meathead, I've tried the mango, I've got the super silver haze and the Durban poison cross is finishing up now. I've got one that finished pretty quickly that I've got hanging right now that'll be ready in a couple of days to at least, put in the jar and stuff. But yeah,
is that slurricane always kind of leaning that way? Did you only get like one pheno?
I
Did you only have one
got
plant?
another one hanging right now, and it has the cherry notes on it as well. It purpled up a little bit. It didn't get the dark purpling as the other one. I'm sure if I would have gotten a lot colder, it would have gotten.
Hawaiian does a pretty good job purpling up itself. It's got a real nice light purple fade. It's a neat one. Kind of like lilac purple, not like that deep dark. It's kind of that light, easy
Nice
purple.
soft hue on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
I'll have to check that out. I know I got a couple of those slurricanes, so that could be real interesting. I have to get Caribou's thoughts on that when he comes back, because he's tried a couple. Well, he's tried all this.
He said he never really had any luck with the slurricane.
No.
He never really found anything.
Shame. I've never run it myself. I've heard great things about it though.
Well, it's one of the crosses he did with the White Widow that was crossed with Afghani. His little project.
Yes, it's a slurricane by a White Widow Afghani.
Yeah.
I think I still have a bunch of those beans too.
Well, I think I do. But he was DP was just telling me that it had a nice cherry note, and he got to try the Hawaiian, so he thinks that might be if we can get that cherry note transferred over to the Hawaiian, it might be a real stunner there. So
That would be cool. Yeah.
And then I was going to ask, did you do
for a
much with
blind nose challenge? I had 2 other people smell it without even trying to push them any type of way, and they both came with like a definite dark fruit one. One definitely said cherry, right off the bat, and I was pretty happy with that. I was glad I didn't have to, kind of coach it out of everything.
Right. Yeah, I got my alien sour apple that I've got out in the beautiful sunshine in my veggie garden. Yeah, I had a couple people come up and try to give me like what do you smell? It's just I just smell random fruit. Sweet fruit is just I can't even knock it down to like a specific fruit. And I'm just trying to get somebody to tell me so that I can figure it out. But yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's cool when you can not have to coax them one way or another, and they hit that shit and they're like, "Ooh, that's cherry." Yeah, You know, like that grapefruit one I gave you. The second you hit it, I ain't got to tell you. You know what that is. That's grapefruit and that's diesel. That's it.
That vape shot. That was it, though. That vape shot is just. Oof.
Yeah, right. And when you say, you know, what does it smell like? It's grapefruit and diesel, and it's gross.
It's amazing. Yeah, that thing was amazing. That was nice. All of them were nice, man. Everything I got to try from Fluff was A1.
Well, thank you, sir.
It was all good shit.
Thank you.
It certainly sounds delicious.
Yeah, we may have to make some your way too, then. Allegedly.
I got to come down
One
there.
hand washes the other, my friend. One hand washes the other.
I'm gonna come crash a pool party one day.
Get on it. I told you,
yeah.
motherfucker. The pool is open. Let's go.
Lots of lakes up by me.
It is. There's lots of good stuff. Hey, man, you got lobster up there. I mean, that's enough for me to take a hell of a flight.
It's up there. I got a buddy in Maine I want to go see someday. That's right around the corner.
Yeah, I'd love to go to Maine. Maine is beautiful.
I want to do that.
Then we can see this fucked up hallway. Isn't that where this hotel is in Maine?
I think it wasn't it in the Rockies. I thought it was. I don't remember.
But I thought the place they actually filmed it at was actually in Maine.
Oh, okay.
I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
The place it's inspired by is in Colorado, but as far as where they filmed it, I don't know the exact location.
Much really didn't even happen in that place. Not nearly as much for him to be able to write as much as he did about how haunted the place was. To be honest,
he's just a sick man. He's got a twisted mind, and we'd love it.
Yeah, he was a tormented motherfucker. That's all there was to that one.
That Dr. Sleep was really good. I felt like that Dr. Sleep was followed up.
I thought it was a solid follow up to the original. Yeah, I really liked it.
For a long movie, it was a great one.
Yeah, that's the thing. In long movies, they have to be enough to keep your attention. Because if it's like you're watching The Hateful Eight and it's like 9 hours long, you're like, oh my god, kill me now.
I think I was also in a place where I couldn't leave when I wanted to, so.
I think I started trying watching The Hateful Eight, got like 3 into it, and was like, fuck this.
You're just like, oh my god, it's still going? There's a director's cut with more?
Yeah, and then you hit pause, and you're like, wait, there's that much left? Fuck that.
Out.
Start this one again next weekend.
I bet people are gonna die.
Dave is like a hot dog in the hallway right now. You motherfucking hot. That's funny.
Should I bring up the one I showed up to the Zoom room the other night? Little hand grabbing.
There's always such good pictures. I mean, hell, rotate, man. Can you just put it on like a rotating loop and just boop?
It might be safe for YouTube, but you know.
Where's the cat?
Oh, we can bring the cat in.
Bring the cat.
Hold on, I got to fix my camera here.
That cat's a trooper.
That cat's the best.
I would totally own that cat. There he is.
She. It's a she. Come on now.
Yeah. Good call. Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what kind of sword swallowers you're into, but yeah, I prefer the female persuasion.
You didn't say that earlier to me, Dave.
My cat looks so disappointed in you.
Your cat is jealous.
I'm trying to calm my cat down right now. He's fucking climbing up the wall.
Axel walked
Which one,
away
Saber?
when he saw that.
Axel was like, nah.
You don't want you
ain't
getting
got
any
skills.
ideas, Johnny.
So I don't think we heard what Uncle Rick was smoking tonight.
It's got to be good.
He don't even know.
What gave it away? Busted. I swear. I have to think real hard. Last night I was smoking Slurricane, so there was about half a joint over there, and I just got into that. And trouble is, I got so many varieties on my desk, so it gets a little confusing. But that's what I'm doing tonight. Yeah. And my goodness, I'm getting this whole thing under control. This pop out chat is so cool. I can.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Oh my God!
And did you turn it over to live chat so that you have so that you're right up to date?
I'm getting the full meal deal. Yeah.
Yeah, look at
And
that.
then-
See, and you are having a wonderful chat experience, aren't you?
Oh, I can attest to that. I want to Red, wherever you are. Thank you, man. This is a fulfilling experience. So I've also, I if you'll just bear with, no, I won't do it right now, but I'll try to find something that is of interest and relevance to the program, and see if I can do one of those share screens. Will you please tolerate me for one of those, Caribou? If I can figure it out, okay. So
I truly want to see this.
I was reading something. Sorry.
I want to test my ability to share a screen.
Okay. He wants to show his browser history to everybody.
Yeah.
There's got a picture of Prophet's mom.
It's gonna be my mom's Facebook
Oh,
Dry
shit.
cloak.
And her
close
OnlyFans.
all those pictures.
and her OnlyFans.
All my emails to Prophet's mom. Oh my God, busted. I
The
know.
angles do you get on your dick pics?
Settle down. Okay, back to the
Well,
show.
you saw how much he spent to do that, to be able to do all this. I mean, come on.
Okay, The Shining, we've already got. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, it's got all my history here. Not good. that couldn't
What's
be.
in your history, Rick? What's in your history that you wouldn't want people to see?
I want to know what the picture is in the background.
DP, come on, man. I was totally going to get him to say something stupid.
Yes. Shut up,
I
DP.
keep on looking at the picture. I've been looking at it for like the whole show, wondering what the fuck it is. I'm sorry.
Shut up, DP.
Oh my
What's in the
God.
browser history, Dad?
Oh, that's embarrassing. So just one boomer technical question. How do you delete your history? No, my bank account? Oh my God. No, I don't want to share that. No, go back to the show. Oh, Blueberry Butcher. That's an okay search.
So, Uncle Rick, when you have your slurricane, what would you say the nose on your slurricane smells like? You know, what do you get? What notes do you get out of slurricane? I'd just like to see if you're kind of on.
He's focused right now.
Taking a sniff.
I don't have that. I don't have that ability to.
You know, pinch your nog open. Get a little sniff of the inside.
Yeah. Give it a little break.
Okay,
Take a little sniff.
Yep.
We need to teach Rick how to store his weed a little better.
Oh, okay. Let me.
So what kind of sense you getting off there, Rick?
I want to say it's a bit gassy.
Gassy. Okay.
Any funk in there, like week old Prophet's mom?
How would I listen? How would I
Ain't that
know?
a fishy smell? What is that? That smell more like something you'd feed the plant more than what you want from the plant?
How in your right mind would you know that I would know what Prophet's mom smelled like? Like what? Where did that come from?
Well, because last week you were talking about how you had to smack her ass and get out of bed before you started the show.
Yeah.
Hey, Uncle Rick, could you say that all over in your radio voice? I think you're ready.
I can't do it tonight. I don't feel right.
Close.
No, it's not there. It's not there.
Not there, man.
Little more water. Couple more drinks of that water.
I don't know. I think he needs some edibles, some mushrooms, something. He might be good then.
I mean, Rick,
I'm not gonna give up.
don't take it personally. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she's migrated her way up that way. People should start checking the bathroom walls and seeing if there's anything on the walls about it in the urinals.
Man. Someone's fucking smashed cannabis there in chat. Said, did you put down the fish bone meal today? Oh, could you imagine if you for some reason you just accidentally dusted your plant like the day of harvest with like bone meal for some reason, just like accidentally just ugh. Oh, that'd be so nasty. You ain't getting that flavor out of there ever. It's stuck in the trichomes at that point. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna be a lot more careful when I start using that shit. That just inspired me to be way more careful.
Hey, I'm not telling anybody to do it, but everybody should randomly go to like public bathroom and write Prophet's mom was here, and we can see how far we can get this going across. We can even go intercontinental because we got people in Canada.
For a
I would
good
have
time.
you on as many powerhouse bathrooms in Illinois.
You know what? I travel all the time.
I love it.
Okay, so here's the deal. I'm a fucking redneck hick, whatever. I'll fucking piss outside the bush over a public bathroom any day of the week, given the choice. And we're often stopping in these kinds of locations where I do have that choice. But now I'm going to be pissing in every public bathroom I can find.
Not even that, dude. If you want, carve it in a tree, but make sure you do it low, as if, she was underneath. Right? Prophet's mom was here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, we want to see pictures of it fucking showing up on like Instagram and cannabis and stuff like that.
No, we should make a whole cannabis thing. We'll just, like they got the puff pass thing. We'll just totally do a hashtag.
Where did you find Prophet's mom?
Yeah.
You got to give out your number though, so people can contact you, so we can get like a nice tally going.
No, they can get me a candy buzz. Fuck that.
No,
I don't want to hear that shit through my regular
just throw
phone.
your number out. It's all right. Man, we'll text you.
Thing is,
Cool.
the best part is
555.
a huge concentration of these are going to be within about 2 hours of where Rick lives.
Ready to get stoned and go for a ride.
It just came back to me. There was earlier we were talking about being able to grow our pot and take it to markets and stuff like that. And geez, that would be really cool. But also, like, in Canada, it's been legal recreational for a while, but we really don't have. I forget who I was chatting with the other day. All the cups and the events. I mean, we celebrate 420, and it's pretty open, but we don't have those not many of those kinds of things in Canada, and it sure would be nice to come that way. And I think Caribou, you were alluding to maybe trying to organize something up our way. That'd be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've already got a venue secured. I've had a venue secured for over a year now. But it's just COVID has everything fucked up right now. There's rumors like things might open up here. I don't know if it's BC or Canada, but July 1st. But I don't pay much attention to rumors, and especially if it has anything to do with COVID, because the news is just going to change in 5 minutes anyways, right? It seems to be so. But anyways, so say things open up in July. It's like best case scenario. Well, I hope they do, and things are able to stay open. It'll be next year before anything like that is even able to happen. So because there's so much groundwork to be able to lay. But like I said, I've got a venue secured. And there's legalities because you're not allowed to smoke in no public places, and we were thinking no public sales and stuff because you can't do that. It's illegal here, right? But now if these laws are changing, and depending on when they do, and they might not change in time, but if you could end up actually having farmers market style sales there, like fuck, that'd be huge. So anyways, that's a long rambly ass way of saying that yes, I am working on it. Yes, there will be some kind of, because what I want it to be is like a Caribou Growers Cup. When I first started talking about it, it was like for the Caribou region of British Columbia was the idea. But that was when I knew like 5 people total that grew weed, right? And at least 3 of them would want nothing to do with this idea. So now I actually know a bunch of people, and there's people paying attention to what's going on, and I think we could actually throw some stuff that way. I know Indica B at one point in time was talking about the potential for maybe trying to do a Caribou Growers Cup down there, but like that would be, guys, like, who doesn't get excited just thinking about the potential for this? Like, even just to go hang out at an event like this. Concerts. Who doesn't want concerts? Because that's another thing that I was wanting at this. If we can end up doing this, is you have local bands come play their music, show off. You can have local vendors, completely non-cannabis related, but like stoners love food, right? So have people that can cook up some good freaking, fairground style grub for you, and they can make money that way. It's like hold 50-50 raffle tickets and put that money towards gardening programs at our local elementary schools. Like this isn't just some stoned idiot thinking, hey, let's all grow pot and fucking show it to each other and get real fucking high. Yeah, that will absolutely happen, but there's a lot more to it than this. What got going on, Rick?
Did he take over?
Yeah, he did. Did he mute himself after he took over?
Yeah, he's in charge.
He don't look muted.
He's so surprised at work he didn't know what to fucking say.
Right? He almost shit himself.
Okay. He don't even know he's on.
Okay. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Oh, okay, here it is. There we go. Stop. Okay. Sorry about that.
Whoops.
Okay. I won't play anymore, I promise.
Well, I mean, it was a nice thing you brought up there.
Yeah,
I'm smoking some right
I'd
now.
like to see that, buddy.
Oh, it worked, but I didn't know how to reverse it, but I figured that one out. So, welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back, Mr. Cotter.
Yeah, I love that show.
John Travolta, so fucking young, man. That was before Saturday Night Fever, right?
Yep, that was the first thing I believe he appeared in. It was either that or The Boy in the Bubble. I can't remember which one came out first.
The Boy in the Bubble, man, you're reaching deep. I love it.
I've watched a lot of old school movies, man.
Man, Vinnie Barbarino.
Yeah. Yep. What? Where? I used to love that shit. I do it to my teachers. They hated it. And Freddie Boom Boom Washington. Signed Epstein's mother. I fucking love that.
Juan Epstein.
Yeah. What was he, a Puerto Rican Jew? I think it was.
Puerto Rican Jew, yeah.
Yeah.
Arnold Rorschach.
Every note said signed Epstein's mother. I think Rorschach actually died.
I think you're right.
Don't quote me on this. I remember hearing something about it like not too long ago, but like it wasn't like he might have. I don't want to say overdose because I don't want to blemish his name, but it might have been that or a car accident or something. But I'm pretty sure he may have died. He did a few things after that, like he made some guest appearances here and there. But people that definitely made it was John Travolta, which is pretty funny, out of all that, one person make it. It's like Destiny's Child all over again. Beyonce makes it out, the rest just get thrown to the wayside.
That's true. Somebody has to be fodder for someone to rise.
That's it. I will send wave and wave after my own men, because this is Brannigan's Law.
Brannigan's Law is like Brannigan's love, hard and fast.
Yes. Death by snooze snooze. I'm telling you, that's how I want to go.
I got a shirt that says that with his face on it somewhere, like that Obama change picture.
That's great. The mind is willing, but the body is weak and bruised.
Such a fucking classic show.
Yeah,
sorry for those of you who are lost. That's Futurama.
Yeah. I bet you half the panel was like, what the hell are they talking about?
I was for a second, but then I remembered, but I'm really high right now. So
How dare you come to work high? We gotta obviously have piss
I
tests
know
before
this
we
is bullshit.
start
right?
letting people into the damn room.
Piss testing the fucking panel. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Bunch of fucking stoners.
I'll pass every
Everybody,
time.
everybody's urine is glowing green.
I
I
tell you
think there
what,
might be some weed in it.
I think within
The
arm's
day-
length, I have my
that's
fake piss.
the
I'm always
day
ready.
I'm out
Dude.
of here.
You're
That's
out.
drug test, right? You can roll the joint. That was like drug test when I hired people. You pass drug test.
I would. We could probably distill our piss and actually get like RSO if we like evaporated the water out of it.
I mean, I'm not going to say that somebody should try that, but if you're ballsy enough, go for it. I like to know the results and
Shit,
what comes out.
I can't do it. I can't do it
It's so
then.
gross. It's
You
not going to be
You
anything.
just knocked me out of the running.
Oh, because you got to be ballsy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Knocked
You're
me
only
right out of
bald.
running.
One bally counts.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, we'll still give it to you.
Really? All right,
Yeah,
cool.
sure.
Let's
It's
see what
fair.
happens.
It's fair size, so the ladies say. So I mean, we'll give it to you.
I don't have fucking elephantitis.
Wait, did it swell after? Like you lost one and the other one swelled up to make up for it? Is that what happened?
No. It wasn't like, it took over the space of the missing one or anything. It doesn't work that way.
You just go get a marble put in.
I don't want a marble put in, dude.
Hey, your old lady's didn't your old lady like go for like piercing, man? She could just slice that bitch open. She could stuff a fucking marble in there, sew that shit back up. They teach you how to do that when you're piercing, to do those fucking internals, man. She could hook you up.
Nah,
You ain't even got to go to the
I'm all
doctor.
good. I'm all good. All good. I mean,
I'll tell you what,
realistically,
I'll be such a good friend. I'll do it for you.
Just
Really?
think about it and answer us tomorrow.
all right, I can do that.
All I can picture is that marble wagon.
I mean, I thought about how easy it might be just to slap it over a fucking board and take a nail and just smack, you know what I'm saying? The nail right through it. But no. Not in the piercings. I don't have any. I don't like being stabbed. I've been stabbed. It's not fun. So I'm not into
You've been
it.
stabbed a few, like fucking million times. It looks like. So stop thinking like it's any different.
Yeah,
It
your
is.
skin was pierced a lot with those tattoos.
Yeah, but not
Yeah.
impaled. I wasn't impaled upon.
But you
I'm not
didn't say
asking to
impaled.
be
You said.
impaled.
You said. Mhm.
All right.
Anyway, it still sounds like a bullshit excuse. Is all I'm saying.
Were you stabbed or prison stabbed?
No, he was just stabbed in the butt with a penis.
Yes. No, ironically, I was stabbed with a sword.
Of
My
course you
stepfather
were.
was sword.
Why would you be stabbed with anything other than a
Dude,
sword?
all right. All right. Here's what happened. I think I was like 10. I had a fucking wiffle ball bat, and my stepfather had fucking my mother's. It was called a saber. You know, the ones that had that fucking flashy fucking hilt that goes around your hand and shit. I believe. All right, maybe a rapier. I believe that's the word. And he had my He-Man. He had my He-Man shield. Okay. That came with the set of the He-Man sword, if any of you remember. Okay, so he's got the shield and a real sword. I got a wiffle ball bat, and I'm fucking whacking at him, dude. And I went to jab at him, and he went to jab at me, and he fucking impaled my hand. All right, so yeah, I've been stabbed by a fucking sword during a sword fight.
Even to you, Prophet. How many other people can whose stepfather is gonna play sword fight with you when he's got a real sword and you got a wiffle ball bat? I mean, seriously.
I guess he
threw a
liked his
dart
odds,
in one of
man.
my friend's heads once. That was pretty funny. Like we were playing darts and shit, like real when you had real darts back in the day when everything didn't suck and they were sharp and shit. And we were chucking them, fucking playing, and this kid kept running back and forth in between us. And we're like, dude, stop it. I'm gonna fucking hit you with this dart. He goes, whatever. And I fucking chuck that son of a bitch. And then he looked like a Teletubby, man. That motherfucker was just flopping on top of his head, just stuck there. It was funny as hell. But then his dad was a cop. So when he went running home, I got scared.
As you should be. You stabbing a cop's son?
Well, I mean, I told him it was going to happen if he did it again. I warned him. That's kind of like, like shooting a guy who robbed your house, right? I gave him fair warning. He did it anyway. I pulled the trigger. I made him look like a Teletubby.
The new laws of darts. Stand your ground.
That's right. I mean, hey, you can't just say, I'm going to fucking chuck this dart at you and not do it, man. You're going to challenge it. You're going to get a dart in the head.
Hey, the kid learned a lesson.
That works. Yeah. It really, the point of the story is I should never have anything that's pointy and that can be thrown or shot at people. Because, I was telling another story earlier about how I shot my aunt in the ass with a fucking dart gun, and she was very pissed off at me. But, right, and every time I end up telling stories, I'm trying to kill somebody, but not intentional. It just happens. I should just not have pointy projectiles. It's not a thing that should be anywhere near the fluff.
As long as you know your limitations, that's the key to life.
Oh, and Hurton nailed it, man. Lawn darts were the shit. Oh, you remember chucking lawn darts at your friends back in the day? Throwing that shit straight up and just staring at it to see how long you could wait before it fucking comes down.
Is me and my friends the only group of friends that would basically split into two teams? And we had sand dunes in the back of our house. And we would basically be throwing rocks at it. Well, we'd throw rocks at each other. Like, it was nothing. Like, we'd be fucking rocks at each other and throwing at them.
We had like legit pellet gun fights in the neighborhood, like real pellet guns.
Dude.
And then, of course, we're kids and we'd be like, oh no, man, there's like a 2-pump rule. Yeah, my ass. You're fucking pumping that motherfucker till you can't anymore and shooting your friend.
You wore like 2 or 3 pairs of pants if you could get away with it, like without anybody noticing.
I got fights when I was a kid, but it wasn't pellets; it's just regular BBs. But yeah, we used to pump the shit out of that thing.
Dude, I still got one in the back of my leg.
There was no eye protection. There was no none of that shit. We never thought of that shit.
What's up, Johnny?
We had a game that we used to play with them yard darts. We'd get 15 feet apart, and then we'd throw it at each other and see who could come closest to the other one's foot. You'd get like 5 tries, and it was $5. Whoever got the closest without hitting or making move.
Johnny, we know you. You were crazy enough to do lawn dart cornholing.
We thought about it, but my mom wouldn't let us.
Lawn darts. That's hardcore. That's hardcore.
Oh yeah, but
Manhunt was the most vicious game ever.
Yeah, we had the Roman candle. I mean, anything that shot them at your friends. That's just what you did.
Yep. When you played fucking Manhunt, it was so vicious. Like, you get tackled off the side of like the sand dune cliff, and like, it's never just a tag. It's a complete like takedown and beat down and fucking fight. And you have to earn that fucking thing.
Our socks off and fill them with sand. Fucking, at least a good 2 fists worth in there. Start swinging those around and beating the shit out of each other with those. There's times people would get hit and the sock would actually break and fucking sand everywhere. Like, it was like, you'd get fucked up sometimes. Like, you would try not to swing for the head because you just knew that was bad because it hurt so much. Just
get rocking there too. Who knows?
Hey,
we used to play
mud. Not to, because like just the weight of the sand in there, you got a couple pounds of sand. That's like fuck someone up territory. But it was just, if you didn't aim for the head and people still got hit in the head, like broken noses once in a while. Okay, that was great times. Kids don't know what fun.
Yeah, my friend clobbered my stepfather with a rock because we used to have mud fights because in the neighborhood we moved into, they took the topsoil. It used to be a turf farm. So they took the topsoil. So the only thing left was like mud. And when we first moved in, we had like planks going across the thing. So we didn't sink into like mud up to our goddamn knees, right? Till we could get the grass growing and shit like that. Anyway, we were having this huge fucking mud fight, right? And my friend picks up this fucking wad of mud, and he hummed it, and it hit my stepfather right in the side of the head, and I heard the rock clink, hit him right in the head, dude. But yeah, fucking, we cracked my mother's windshield, fucking having a mud fight. It was pretty. We did stupid shit, dude. It was great.
Yeah, man. Like, yes, in the wintertime, right? You pack fucking rocks into snowballs so when you chuck them at your friends, you know? Yeah.
You take your gloves off just so you could melt them.
No.
Better.
Oh, yeah. So you can really pack that son of a bitch down. Oh, yeah.
You got to make them, man, and you put them in the freezer overnight, and then you come in, you start the snowball fight the next day.
Way too much.
I liked my friends. I didn't do any of this shit.
Oh, I love my friends, but this is how we did it. Like, fucking A, if you bitched out, you bitched out. You know what I'm saying? You weren't allowed to fucking bitch. Dude, if you bitched out, you got beat up more. Yep. If you bitched out, you got beat up more by the group. So
everything was
a group of some pussies, man. Yeah.
That was just them making you better, man. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Let's go and cry in the bathroom real quick. We'll be back.
Yeah. Memories of the past really got him fucked up right now. Look, even Roxy's like, oh, I better go see and give him a little hug. It's feeling bad.
And on that note, I got to go to work tomorrow, so I'm out. Peace out, guys. Thanks a lot.
Have a great night, Dritz.
Good to see you, Dritz.
What do you think the odds are Prophet left the fucking screen and Roxy heard a jar of peanut butter open and then she fucking run into Prophet?
150%.
Oh man, who was that? Captain 420 was just talking about snowballs at cars. Man, we used to build like fucking snowmen in the middle of the street and then ice them motherfuckers because you knew some asshole teenager was just gonna full force it. So yeah, we fucked with them that way. We were terrible people.
I did throw them at cars. Okay, I can admit to that. But I didn't want to throw the ice balls at people, though. You know, being so much bigger than everybody, I'd always fucking hurt them.
For throwing them at cars, we used to go to my old elementary school, and there's these concrete cylinders you could stand up on that were like set as kind of like a tunnel for little kids to run through. You lob them over a fence onto the highway, nail cars, and if they get stopped, even if they can stop right away, they've got to hop a fence through all this snow down in the ditch and shit like that. By then, we're all already up this big fucking wooded hill, and like you're in the bush. They ain't fucking finding you. There's so many kid trails, tracks running through there that like there's no way they could follow you. So you just go get lost in there, and then they drive away, and you go back down the hill. We do it for fucking hours at a time, well into the night. Like that's what fun was, being a little asshole, I guess. Because now, if somebody fucking did that to me, I'd lose my shit and be like, "You little motherfucker," you know, probably screaming and yelling, and then they'd be laughing at me just as hard as I used to laugh at the fucking assholes that did that to me.
Circle of life, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, we were assholes. Like I get it now. I didn't understand back then. We were assholes.
Yeah,
you got to learn what an asshole is, really. I guess be an asshole, you know.
Well, you know what?
Yes.
The thing is, like I used to be a thief as a teenager, and like it wasn't until I actually started acquiring things and then had my own fucking shit going missing that I had to work hard for at some shitty job that paid a shit wage, and that shit that goes missing. It's like, you know, for the first however many years of my life, like even something as trivial as like a fucking $20 CD, I'd have to work how many hours for that CD? You know, so you start thinking, well, motherfucker, that asshole right there just ripped me off for like almost a half a day's pay. You can put it in terms like that. It's a whole bunch of shit, or like, you know, say something like an Xbox when those were actually worth something, right? When that goes missing, it's like, what? Like, so then you're like, okay, I hate these motherfuckers, and I should have got my ass kicked when I was doing that stuff. It almost makes me like, I'm glad I didn't, but makes me wish I had at least gotten a fucker, you know where I'm going with this, I think.
My favorite part was, well, I'm glad I did it.
Yeah, and then fucking right. Yeah, I can't even talk right now. It's been a good night, Dad. But I got another dab sitting here ready to do, so I'm gonna do that, and I'll talk even worse here in about 30 seconds.
Somebody in the chat talking about a Sega Genesis and an Atari, but do you have a ColecoVision?
Well,
Ooh,
wait, which Atari, the
what's up?
2600 or the 3800? Like, which Commodore
Hey, you know what?
64?
That's not the point. We were just gonna upstage with some real fucked up shit. All right.
Hey, well, fucking, I had Pong, all right, when it was a single system. All right, don't fuck around. I had the first video game system ever created. It was Pong, and all it was fucking two little knobs and one unit that plugged right into the goddamn TV. So you can't go any farther back than that.
No, Spartan, they really aren't still awesome. I have all my Atari. It all still works. Me and the wife still play like random shit. Like Circus Atari is like my wife's fucking jam, and they're not really that fun anymore.
Dude, Berserk was awesome.
Really
I don't care what you say. Berserk was great.
I remember, like, I don't know how many years ago, we were at one of the local stores and they had like one of those remakes of the Atari where it had like 30 games programmed into it, and I was like, oh,
one
fuck.
good game and fucking 29 shit ones.
Yeah, it was pretty much like, you know, it was a good evening's worth of fun for the 30-40 bucks or whatever it was we spent on it. And then you go to plug it in the next time and you're just like, yeah, I see why we stopped playing this once we got like the regular Nintendo.
I got one of the I don't remember. I think it might have been a Genesis or a Nintendo one, but it had all the Mega Mans and it had like all the Mortal Kombats on it and a couple Street Fighters. And I was just like, yeah, I'm buying that. That's gonna get a lot of use because every once in a while I just get a wild hair up my ass and I want to play all of those games.
I almost bought that because I saw that and I was like, that's actually a pretty good combo.
Hell yeah, it was, right? And there's a bunch of other games on it too that's fun, like Ghouls.
Well, they had Sonic, I think it was. They had like 3-4 Sonics on it.
No, there wasn't any Sonics on there.
Oh, that wasn't the Sega one.
No.
The Sega one I saw had, and I even saw a Sega Master System version that actually had fucking like Rocky on it and shit. And I remember playing that game. You guys remember TurboGrafx 16?
I was just gonna say that. I wish I had my
Splatterhouse.
TurboGrafx 16, dude.
Dude, I remember Splatterhouse when that came out. How about Panasonic 3DO?
I didn't like it.
That was the first disc-driven game, dude. It wasn't bad. That's where Samurai Showdown came from, dude. That was a really good game.
Metroid.
Oh, yes.
Love
Excellent. Excite Bike. See, I could play it for 20 minutes and then I'm like, all right, fuck this game. I've always felt that way. I've always felt that way.
How about Earthworm Jim? Anybody play
Dude,
Earthworm
that
Jim?
game was epic. We didn't see that. What was that? Whip it out again, Dave.
Ooh, gladly.
Yeah, the game that could never be beaten.
Yes.
The game that could never be beaten. That one I beat. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 for Nintendo.
I'll tell you what, though, we could get this conversation started up.
Nerding out.
Killer Instinct, in my opinion, probably the best fighting game ever made. I mean, you gotta bow down to Mortal Kombat because it kind of just really set the stage for awesome fighting games. But Killer Instinct was the game that did it right.
I'll give it credit, but the way that you fought was constantly rolling that fucking directional, and we all know the directional has an edge on it, and fucking after like 3 hours of you rolling across the fucking directional pad, your thumb is so dogged up.
It just blistered as fuck.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I can't play this game for a fucking week, man. What the fuck? Why did they make the controllers like this? Yeah, I remember that game well, because the damage it did on my thumb. And I had a Nintendo thumb, and that was some shit. It's just you're not so used to having to keep rolling your fingers across the directional pad to do the attacks. You guys ever played Fist of Legend? It was on PlayStation 2. It was a Jet Li game that you totally used the analog stick for. 360-degree fighting. Shit was badass. One of my favorite games, besides the Suffering.
Tekken was a good one, too.
Tekken was awesome.
Tekken was a good one. Tekken set the stage for Killer Instinct to be such a good game because Killer Instinct just
I thought it was Virtua Fighter first.
And Tekken and fucking mashed them together and said, "Let's do this."
I can see that. That was Killer Instinct. They had the snowman, right?
Well, he was a big ice blob, or not a blob,
Okay.
but I mean, he was a big ice guy.
Remember
I
there
can't even
was
remember their names, dude.
there was a
It's been so
fighting
long.
game with a snowman.
Clay Fighter.
Damn it.
Oh yeah,
Clay,
Clay
yep.
Fighter. Dude,
That's
that game
that's
was
the one.
fucking- that was some shit. Whatever, DP. You suck.
He's too cool for like the show.
Yeah, he's too cool. No, he's just too cool for video games or the show.
No,
He's just
that's
over.
like some Donkey Kong. I'm fucking baked. Fuck y'all. Look, y'all want to see something funny? I dropped a sock on my banger. That was great. Ruined that banger. Let's my bitch out of here.
That's still good to smoke off, dude. Heat it up.
No, pretty toasty. That one will be toasted. No, but I liked what was it? NBA Jams, the one where you get on fire.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, man, how many of like the serious arcade people from back in the day love that NBA Jam, dude? But in the arcade on the stand up, fuck yeah.
Outside. Yeah. I used to,
Yeah, dude, like
a little bit.
I remember the arcade, dude. I just love the arcade. Man, take $5 to the arcade, just get down. Hell yeah.
Whoa, yep. Look at this guy. Dude, I remember when
He's got all
Mario
the
came
cool
out on
shit.
the arcade. I actually played it. Like, I think I was like 8 when it came out in the arcade. And then like a year later, it came out. A Nintendo. There was a thing called the Nintendo, you know?
We know.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 10 years ago, I kind of got really nostalgic for my childhood, so I bought a bunch of fucking games. Games that I loved back in the day. And I do have systems to play them on, too, so.
Do you play them often?
No,
Or
not,
is
10
it
years ago
just-
I did.
Yeah. See,
Now
I'm
they
the
just
same
kind of
way.
sit around.
I got the same problem with the games I got. They just kind of sit around. I think about them all the time. Like, I should start this again, you know?
You know, I have somebody I know who has a pinball machine, and I have to say that is one of the funnest things. And then I remember that, you know, I watch him work on it all the fucking time. Those things require literal, almost like daily fucking maintenance, and it's the biggest pain in the ass. But man, it's so fun when you have a few drinks, get good and fucking baked, and just start racking on a pinball machine.
Yeah, I've heard they're extremely high maintenance things because I've wanted one for years because I'm kind of probably one of the last of the generation that can actually still remember for actual arcades. Like those were awesome. The one that we had the Family Fun Center in Prince George was the last one we had down there. And it was like they had your mini golf and bowling downstairs, and upstairs is not non-stop arcade games. Like everything you could think of. They even had like the dirt bike one where you'd get on like a simulated dirt bike and be able to pull back and lean in with it and stuff like that, looking at the screen. That was
Bro, they even had like a surfing one like that where you got on the surfboard. Dude, that motherfucker was hard as shit.
See, the closest thing to arcades we have now is like Dave and Buster's and Chuck E. Cheese.
Does anybody
That's
remember
it.
though? They used to have this like 3D, like in arcade. I only ever saw it at like fairs and things. I never saw it like in an arcade, but it was like a bubble top dome, and it was like the very first 3D game ever. Like you played a character that was 100% 3D, but it was like almost like a Dungeons and Dragons pick your adventure type game. Does anybody remember that shit? Because that was fucking amazing.
You sure it wasn't the Oregon Trail and you were real fucked up looking at a computer?
You died from dysentery.
The dysentery might be getting to me.
That was such an amazing
I'm
game.
drinking the water.
There's a 30% chance of rain. That means there's a 100% chance it's going to rain.
They still go by that system today.
Yeah, right? It never rained if it said it was 90% chance, but if it was 30% chance, it's guaranteed it was going to fucking rain. Maybe that was lemonade stand.
Back like when I was young, like still in elementary school, we were on family vacation down in the Vancouver area. And we're listening to the weather, and the weatherman gives his report And he actually said, but we're wrong 40% of the time anyways. I know it's just like, and it probably wouldn't have been a big deal to me because, you know, I was probably 10 years old, that would be my guess. But the fact that my parents were both just like, what the fuck did he just say about it? And then it's like, well, we already knew that anyways, to, you know, and all that talk is, let's face it, it's they're wrong often.
Yeah, abolished. I definitely know it was at Cedar Point. That is fucking funny.
I don't know what that is.
Small world. That's what that is.
Fluff drops this big knowledge bomb, then starts like coughing and gagging and has to live behind the mute button. Everybody's like, what the fuck are you talking about, Fluff?
Isn't it that
Except for
awesome like
Abolish.
amusement park?
Abolish knows exactly what he's up to.
It's an amusement park, and it was one of the places, like one of like the couple places I ever saw that video game. Abolished fucking knows. It was 20 fucking years ago.
Okay, so something Americans know about, but us Canadians are clueless as to what.
All right, wait, I didn't hear the name. What's it called? Did Abolish come up
what
with
that fucking game's called?
Oh, but Abolish remembers it, so you're not alone. Do we trust Abolish's memory?
Sometimes I talk to people and I think I'm completely crazy because they're all like, nah, never. Like they look at me like I'm an idiot.
We gotta figure out whether or not Abolish is crazy or not before we take his word for it. That's like me backing you up on something.
So earlier in chat, Spartan was talking about games and the types where you create your own character. So anyway, I walked into my son's room one day, caught him masturbating. No, that's not the story.
I knew that's where this was going.
No, that's not.
I told you to knock. I told you to knock.
Rick has a lot of those kind of stories.
Anyway, I walked into his room and he was playing a video game, and it was golf. It was a golfing game, and so he said, "Look at the character. Look at my golf character there." And I looked, and he said, "Does it look like anyone you know?" And I looked. I said, "Well, fuck, it's you." So he was able to create enough of his facial features that I recognized him in the fucking game. I thought that was funny.
That's actually
scary.
That's awesome because it's been my experience that kids usually make like the most horrifyingly ugly thing you'd ever see. Because it's like, let's turn this way up and then we'll turn this feature way up, and there's nothing's really in moderation. It seems everything's just like crazy, but that's cool because it's like, I'm one of those people, like I can draw you real mean stick man, but that's kind of where my artistic talent begins and ends. So I got a really real appreciation for people that can do good visual arts or arts of any kind, really. It's all really good, and there's so many different art forms out there. It's all therapeutic too.
Hey, Caribou, I was actually a big fan of the games that allowed me to turn my character skin blue and their hair green. All right, I'm just saying.
Not even surprised to hear you say that. There's nothing wrong with doing that either. I'm just noting that it seems like at least all the kids that I ever played with, and even like my son, he's a big video gamer, right? His characters are usually just like, okay, you know. Fluff must have had to go rub one out or something like that. Took off.
All this talk of games got him fucking rock hard.
I know. He's one of those.
You already got one off.
Wow, you guys have messed up. I figured he just had a shit, and you're like going straight to the fucking.
That was like your third.
That
was like your third.
No, yeah, but still,
You don't ever say your first two. You've lived long enough.
Yeah.
And actually, I've been pimping out your mother too, Prophet. So probably where he is.
I would almost believe that if you had a black eye, because my mom might be able to kick your ass, to be honest with you, Rick.
I wouldn't be surprised.
She might be pimping you out.
There you go. Hurton said it right there. The ultimate game of all time is Zelda. It was the game that did everything right.
Yeah.
That was a good game. I played Doctor.
Yeah, boy. Is it gold or is it gray? Can't tell.
It's the gold one. Tough
Okay.
to tell with the shitty fucking with the
Yeah, that's why I
pussy
asked.
starting to swallow. But
Yeah. I'm more attracted to the cat you got in the back.
I think like Dave's like King Boomer over here. Like we're all
King
talking
Boomer.
about this shit, and he's just like, got it. Well, fuck, I got
Right?
three.
Now I want to play it, man. What the fuck?
That's awesome.
nostalgia ran deep a few years ago for me.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Do you have the
had
mic
this? Hey, I'm
on?
gonna go back to my like 16-year-old stoner mode, and now he's just 40-year-old stoner mode.
He
With
just like
everything his 16-year-old self
looking
wanted.
at it though. He don't play it. He just likes looking at it. But I can feel you, man. I had a hell of a toy collection that was still in the box, hanging across my wall. And all my little nephews and nieces and shit, they would come in and it would look like a toy store because I had He-Man, the new redemption of He-Man, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, classic ones and shit like that, running along all the top of my walls. And they're just like, oh my god, I want to open that. They had that look. What do you got there?
It was F-Zero.
If it's not. Ooh, what about Super Mario Kart?
Hey, Hurt
Come
was
on.
over here talking about the Game Genie. I mean, that's just fucking cheap. Bro.
Yeah,
You play the
I love
game.
that shit.
You don't do the Game Genie. Fucking
You
cheaters.
do after you beat the game and you want to do something
Yeah.
fucking fun.
That's not what Hurton did.
Nice.
Hurton was like really terrible at
Started
games,
right off.
So
Yeah.
right off with a genie.
Infinite money, God mode,
Oh yeah, no,
all
all the bullets,
weapons.
all the bullets.
Oh, this is my favorite Turtles game.
Was that like the 4-player arcade version?
Yeah, Turtles in Time.
Fuck
Yeah,
dude, that one was great.
That was good.
Right, the samurais and stuff would come to get you.
Have you played Out of the Shadows for PS3? Shit's dope. You get to control all 4 of them, and you can switch off at any time. Very badass. Graphics are wicked awesome. There's my word.
Yeah. When it
Wicked.
comes down to games, though, my dumbass picked up the crack again, and I went back to the World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I saw
Because-
that.
Because they're starting it over. So why would I continue on in the new version where they fucked it all up when I could go all the way back to what I did 10 years ago, 50, almost 20? Shit, God, I played that game for a long fucking time. So let's
Damn.
start it again. Why not? But talk about the ultimate gaming experience, man. Fucking wow is the shit.
I think my favorite game of all time was Assassin's Creed. I love all of them. I think they are by far like the most
You ever
best put
played any
together
of
games.
the God of War games?
Yeah, oh
God of
yeah,
War
but
was
that gets
fucking
repetitive,
awesome.
man. It's great graphics, great battles, but it's like, have you played Dante's Inferno? It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just like God of War, but that came out first. It's the same like XX, like the same combos, the same fighting style, the same fucking maneuvers, but
Did you
it's
see they
still
made a newer Castlevania that was kind of like that God of War style?
no, I did
That
not.
game was really fucking good.
Was
Yeah,
it?
it's a Castlevania. Yeah, look that up, dude. That's a pretty fucking slick game.
I remember when they redid Strider. You guys remember that game?
Nope.
I have a
Big
question.
I sucked at that game.
What's Uncle Rick's favorite game?
And it's
Jason's
gonna have
pussy.
something to do with my mother.
I wasn't even. I was actually legitimately asking. I want to see if he actually is up on any games or just is like, I don't know what the fuck these guys are talking about.
Hi, the Kabasa.
No, I remember some of the early games that came out, and some I find a little familiar. But I got involved, not involved, but I got into the arcade type games when they came out. The big, what were they? Well, I guess they were all in there. Pac-Man.
Donkey Kong, Pac-Man,
Don-
Centipede.
Yep.
Nice.
Asteroids.
My
That's
favorite, probably like all-time stand-up cabinet game was Galaga. I love that game.
Didn't they have a Star Wars one that was kind of like that too? Like you rode around in like the jet fighter and it would fucking move around and shit.
Oh yeah, they had like a TIE fighter game. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That
I
one
was
pretty cool.
too young to actually play it, but I do remember actually seeing it at the arcade.
Cheers, Red. What's the matter? Did you lose yours, or are you just talking on her phone? Oh, that's some funny shit. Did anybody? Yeah, Space Invaders. There you go. Did anybody get into like Sims ever? Like I remember at one point my
I
wife
did.
got into Sims like crazy. Like was worried about her family and shit.
Well,
Like, that
Play
was
Sim City, but not The
fucking
Sims.
Dave could probably maybe understand why I was stuck in the middle of fucking upstate New York, and I ended up getting Grand Theft Auto 3 and that when that came out, and I played 3 months worth of Grand Theft Auto. So I started on this Sims thing, and then I kind of got hooked on it. But my obsession started becoming that I realized I could kill these fuckers. Was to have a party, get them all in a room, and I would put a fireplace at all four walls. After they came in, I got rid of the door, and I would put plants all along in front of the fireplace, and it would catch on fire and kill like 10 people. So I had urns, or I had tombstones, and I was laying tombstones out in my yard. And by like between 2 and like 4 in the morning, I had fucking ghosts running through my house and shit like that, dude. I called it Murder House. It was like that was
If
what
Jeffrey
I was
Dahmer
obsessed
played The
with.
Sims,
But yeah, you should have seen it. My yard was mainly like gravestones and tombstones and shit. It was great. But yeah,
finally
ghosts
got
ran
the
through my
bug on
fucking
your brain
property.
to being a serial killer.
I wonder how many people actually were aware of that. That's the funny part, because I came across it accidentally. But your character would occasionally see the ghost and he'd fucking freak out and run away and was into the bedroom and shit. But yeah, fucking they'd be running through my house for quite a few hours every night. And the
bet
more
you
I
never
killed,
had a
the more
single
there were.
Tamagotchi that lived either, did you?
No.
well, I'm about to smoke some more weed. Anybody else joining?
God damn, I'm
How you
sorry.
You already
How
beat
you
me to it, man. You already
partaking?
beat me to it.
How you partaking in that smoking of the weed?
Got a nice little custom-made bubbler here.
Ooh, I'm gonna use my dirty bong. I just wanted to make sure we weren't going straight to dabbing. That's all.
Got my
We
cool
haven't
little-
had the song yet. What's going on?
I think that's only Sunday Wake and Bake, because it's the Wake and Bake song.
Yeah.
That's just a guess. Don't take my word for it. I don't know much about anything.
Yeah, that's funny, man. There's so many guys, so many different games in chat that were so good that that just got people in different ways. Like I wouldn't have pictured Spartan as somebody who played Civilization.
Wow.
That doesn't seem to me like that would have been his game.
Wasn't that on the
interesting.
phone? I never got hooked on a game on the phone because my phone it seemed like it would just drain the power
Civilization
and
wasn't
slow my
just
phone
on that
down.
phone.
Yeah, it was
No, it
originally a
wasn't?
computer
Alright.
game. Then like
Yeah.
other
See, I didn't play
systems had it,
computer
too.
games, man. But
It was
yeah,
on
Quake. Yeah,
Nintendo,
Quake is
Super
fucking
Nintendo.
awesome.
oh, was it? Then I totally missed that one.
Did you play like so Spartan said the Warcraft games? Did you play like not the world but the actual Warcraft? And I never got into StarCraft. That shit was too much button clicking and like too fast of button clicking and shit for me.
Civilization.
There you go.
How many games you got? Because every game we've mentioned, you've pulled out of your fucking rectum. So I'm curious. How
Not
much do you
everyone.
have?
Not everyone.
What is the count? I'm just curious.
I try to get the good ones, the ones that everyone
Eh.
likes, the ones that people fucking love back in the day.
How many different
Total
systems
Terror
do you
and
have?
Always computer.
How many different systems do you have? Let's go with that.
Maybe 6 or 7.
Oh shit. We can spit out almost every
When
game.
people start talking about Halo, you got to think of something like the super classics, like your GoldenEye.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I used to wake up to fucking GoldenEye every morning. It was missiles and rocket launches in the library. Is
Does
how I
anybody
started my
remember
morning with a
that
blunt.
South Park shooter game that was like GoldenEye? The South Park
Yep.
first-person shooter where you threw like the plungers at people and shit.
I
That
don't
game was
remember the name of
fucking
it, but I do.
hilarious. You turn people into
It
chickens.
was called
all
South
kinds
Park.
of- Nice.
Wow. Never mind. So, yo,
Dude,
all right,
I
wait,
wanna go
wait.
hang
The
out and
best
fucking
game
play.
ever made. The best game ever made. Conker's Bad Fur Day. Do you
I
fucking have
don't
it?
have it. I don't have it.
Oh, come on, man. That was by
That's one I
far the
don't
best
have.
game ever made.
That's a good game. Yeah, it's one I don't have. It was a little too
I've been
pricey
trying
at the
to get
time.
it myself.
They want too much money for it nowadays.
Yep, they totally do. I was trying to get it myself for a little while, and I was like, nope.
I mean, honestly, that's why I still keep them around. Is because I plan on just fucking getting rid of them, selling them off, because they're worth more now than when I bought them. They're not making them again.
Right.
Sea Lobster, I lost like 15 years on Warcraft. So a couple years on Overwatch ain't too bad. But I never could get in Overwatch. I'm not a first person shooter guy though. I think I fucked around with that one that like everybody plays, the like really heavy military-ish one.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty. I fucked around with I think Call of Duty 5 or something. And I
hated first person games too, man. I hated Halo because it was a first person shooter, and I hated that shit. And then I started playing Call of Duty, with my dad because he's got it. But now I'm like, I fucking love killing zombies, and I also like doing the campaigns because I get to play with my sniper rifle much more than I do during a zombie horde. I'm not that skilled to where I can use a sniper rifle for a zombie horde, but yeah, I
you're
fucking
a
love that
fucking
game.
camper, aren't you, you dick?
No, I mean, if I'm in the middle of
grenades,
a war,
just fucking over walls, and you
nope.
fucking camp.
I forget I even have the motherfuckers, dude.
Liar.
I just sit there, I perch out, and I'll snipe your at. Well, not you, because I'm not online. I'm playing against the fucking computer during the campaign.
You snipe right at the fucking graveyard, don't you, dick?
I snipe the shit out of everybody that's trying to kill me. Now, when you put a zombie horde in a situation, they're coming from like everywhere. That's a different story.
Buff, do you have something against snipers?
Yeah, he does.
No, but I'm really bad at
off once or twice, huh?
Oh yeah, I have. Oh yeah. The second I step into a game like that, somebody fucking shoots me and I have no idea where from. I'm just like, fuck this game, I'm out.
I did get into
online. I wouldn't be a sniper. I wouldn't be a sniper online.
But I play a rogue and a druid in Warcraft, which are stealthy and invisible and just pop up and whoop your ass and run away, and it's fucking hilarious. So I don't have a very valid argument to stand by. So
nice. Any of you guys played Oblivion or the Skyrim series? Dude, it's pretty bad.
I was gonna play Skyrim, but then
it's one of the most in-depth things I've ever played.
Is it like free world?
Like I couldn't
like traveling and shit.
Yeah, you can do whatever, dude. I got turned into a vampire and I rocked that for like
Skyrim's
6
original
months.
game series is way more in depth than Skyrim, and because Skyrim's in the Baldur's Gate series, if I believe, right? Isn't Skyrim Baldur's Gate?
I'm not 100% sure. I only know a lot about Oblivion, and I know it's part of the Skyrim series. I got a few to download that came with Oblivion for like the extended map and shit, but
I can't remember like the general background story of what Skyrim is. I wanted to say it was Baldur's Gate, but I might be wrong. But yeah, their general like their backstory and everything that goes in like it was a great game, but there's others that were way better than that game. But that was a cool game, change in the series. So
I haven't understood a frickin' thing you guys have said for about 15 minutes now.
That's because we learned it.
15 minutes, Caribou.
We learned a different language.
Now, to be fair, this happens frequently during this show, whether you're talking about video games, cannabis, or any other topic that comes up. But at least usually I can like kind of, come in partway in after I've been paying attention to something else and at least get the gist of what it is. And like, I know it's video games. Like, I got that much. But like the rest of it, I'm just like, because I stopped playing video games at around like Gran Turismo 1 for PlayStation was kind of
okay. So you played WrestleMania for Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Royal Rumble for the Nintendo, I think too, was the one I really liked.
So Dave got WrestleMania. Boo, that's 2.
Games
2 in a
just-
row.
That's why. It's all good.
I don't have everything, man.
Yeah, they corrected me. They corrected me over there in chat. Yeah, that was like the Elder Scroll series was.
Ah, yes.
was
I
that.
now
And the
that
Elder
even.
Scroll series was fucking amazing.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah, didn't understand that either.
See, yeah. I got a 19-year-old. He's kept me kind of connected. You know what I'm saying? I was buying him the games as he was growing up, so I knew the fucking games, not because I wanted to, but because I had to pay for them.
I did know Assassin's Creed when you mentioned that, Prophet. Because I remember when we bought the PlayStation 4 for my son like years ago, we were in the Walmart and we're looking at what games are there, and I'd never heard of most of them. I got a Madden game for me because I'm a big football guy. I'm like, if I'm gonna spend this fucking much money on this for my kid, at least I'm gonna try and attempt to get some use out of it. So I got Madden football and Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I think it was the pirate one. And,
Yeah, that was a good one.
And I got into that in the very entrance level there where you're just trying to capture the guy or whatever to get to the ship, I think it was. I was on that for like 2.5 hours, and my son was not even in the house, like not even on the property, over probably at his grandparents' house. And he comes home and he was in and out of that of like, it was less than 45 minutes. And it was funny. And so I was trying to like have a little bit of a competition with him. I'd play my game and he could play his, and just seeing where it got. Like I was actually doing pretty good there for a bit, and then there's some level where I couldn't shoot out the castle walls or whatever. I kept getting nuked by them, and then he thoroughly just wasn't even close after that. But they don't hold my attention anymore.
Mutant League, nice. See, I found Part 3 for the Assassin's Creed series to be one of my favorite. There was a lot to it. You could do a lot of shit in that game. You got to go hunting. Hell, you'd have a blast. You get to hunt shit. Fucking take their pelts, sell them, start making a trade in that way. You got to do a lot of stuff. Kind of like what you did in Black Flag, if you got far enough, where you like killing a jaguar and trading its skin in. Only it was way more in depth in Part 3. It was called crafting. So I don't know. Part 3 was definitely by far still my favorite.
Okay, I think we had that one because I did kind of like that game, and I had every intention of wrapping it. And then I bought another one, and then I think it was a 3-pack of the very first 3. And I think I got into the very first level of the first one, and that was about the end of my career.
Oh, I just remembered probably like my second all-time game series. Loved it. Oh, fucking Resident Evil, man. I remember playing that game for the first time, and we played that shit, like midnight, fucking half lit, in the dark, and you're creeping around, shit would like legit scare you and stuff. Oh, I love the Resident Evil games.
I got the when the VR stuff came out, we got the Resident Evil VR one with the headset. But my son was freaking scared of it. He wouldn't play it with me. And I was all about, I will play this game with you, and then I will see this through. But like I get in there and I get the motion sickness from just how spinny it gets while you're in the headset. And I need somebody to be able to spell me off at least every once in a while. Preferably somebody that's really good at video games so that they can do a lot more of it than me. I'm more of I like to watch people play video games, right? I'll sit there and watch that just like I'm watching a TV show, right? It's still entertaining to me. Just I don't have.
You talking a VR set?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played quite a few of those.
That's actually hilarious. Spartan was just saying like he loved the hunting in Oregon Trail, and I forgot that was a thing. Like when you went hunting, you actually had to hunt.
Yeah.
Awesome. I forgot about that.
Oops, we got too much meat. We got to leave some behind. Oh well.
Bullshit.
What the fuck? We're gonna starve in the next 2 moves. What the hell?
Yeah.
I killed all the buffalo. Whoops.
I played Slenderman in VR, dude.
Remember that one? Twisted
Metal. Oh yeah, hell
man.
yeah.
Number 2 is the bomb. I love that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That stupid fucking ice cream truck.
With the clown. Yeah.
Sweet Tooth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet Tooth. Oh, and the sound, like the fucking music for that game was killer, dude.
Oh,
fucking killer. The only fucking racing game that had better music back in the day was this Nintendo game called Rock and Roll Racing. It might have been Super Nintendo, but yeah, it had like fucking Paranoid and shit on it. It was like the first game to really actually, use some badass rock and roll.
Yeah, I never played it, but I do remember it. Like I remember the name.
Yeah, and then shit like Twisted Metal came out and fucking, they had a killer fucking sound to it.
Yeah,
Love
that
those
was the
games.
bomb.
I remember that what was that sled racing game, Sled Storm? You guys ever played that?
Yeah, Sled Storm. Yeah, you can do the tricks
I think
and
I do
shit. Like,
remember that.
dude, if you could hit that backflip, shit,
Yep.
you mastered that game.
Yeah, most of the levels had their little shortcuts and stuff in there that you could hit and come out. And
Is that like the jet ski game they had going on there for a while?
that one was like sleds, like snowmobile type stuff.
Oh, all right.
And we might have to figure out how to have like a group fucking Mario Kart party one day. I think it sounds like
That would be great.
Figure out how we go.
I love the ghost level.
Mario Kart.
Hey Dave, do you
I
remember
bet
doing
Rick kicks
races?
our ass. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, I never owned it, but I remember like renting it back in the
Oh,
day.
dude, I spent hours and hours and hours and hours on that. The only way you can go faster is if you do tricks, man. It's just constantly you flipping and spinning and flipping to fucking build up speed. That was like Bomber, man. Jeez. I
Tony
never
Hawk.
got to the end of that game.
Nerding
and
out so hardcore. It's crazy right now.
Yeah, sorry. Is it? No, it's just I was around for a good era of video games. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm a treasure, a national treasure, okay, for video games.
Dude, they had
You
Paperboy, and does anybody remember like the upgraded like Paperboy 2? And they like kept going. They made that shit hard as fuck. I remember Paperboy
I
was a
paid that
struggle.
shit in the arcade, dude. I remember when it came out in the arcade.
I know, but I mean, they made that game a struggle, like in future iterations of it. That game was hard as shit.
Remember the corny ass game Back to the Future 2 and 3?
I never did play that.
Oh, it was so corny.
Oh man. Yeah,
Do for the
funny.
bees. Down that do for you, bees. I see he's in chat.
On that note,
Yeah,
I guess I'll have to clean out the dab rig and do one for him.
Yeah.
This show
Pass-
is
Do a dab.
I was telling him, talking to him, texting with him the other day, and like tell him, like, we can't wait for you to be back because it's just this show isn't the same without him, and it's true. This show is still a lot of fun, and I absolutely love it, but it's just it's lacking in certain aspects without Bees right here throwing his wit and charm. Just like it's different when we don't have Indica B here to throw out to hit the like button and stuff like that. It's just like, it's
To the bees.
yeah.
What you thinking about, Rick?
Probably want you to stop talking about video games because you kind of look like me.
That was the way I was doing it, man. I was asking him what he was thinking about. I was turning.
Hey, when I brought this shit up, I really didn't think it was going to go on such a tangent. I thought everyone was going to be like,
I'm
"Shut
sorry
up,
for
nerd."
I whipped out all them games and shit, making it worse.
He did start
No,
whipping it out.
that was just hey, chat didn't help either, man. That shit just started snowballing. So I guess we're all a bunch of nerds.
I want to hear Rick shut up.
It's
Yeah,
just
well-
the difference in nerds for me is I'm not so much a video game nerd. I'm more of like a horror movies and heavy metal kind of nerd. That's my, and
Hey, we can
here's
get into
another
some talks
lesson
there.
I learned
love horror.
back in like high school or shortly after high school. There's a huge fucking difference between a loser and a nerd, and do not mix the two up, man. Nerds can be awesome as fuck, man. Like, and Loser is not somebody that didn't have a lot of friends in high school. Loser
Hey, I'm to this day still jealous of guys like fucking the Weed Wizard and his D&D skills and stuff. I've never got to play D&D, like legit D&D. I want to play. All right. And I was a person who used to fight in real life for fun, and I still want to play this nerdy ass shit. So, you know what? Eat a dick. Yeah, I'm a nerd.
Nothing wrong with it, man. I proudly display that. It was like, and after I kind of came to that realization where it was like, because I like some of the nerds in high school were, because I was one of those guys that other than like the rich preppy kids, I could go kind of anywhere, right? Those are the only ones I had problems with. Some of the nerds were some of the funniest fucking people, man. Like, so yeah, it's yeah.
That's definitely true.
I get down.
So
What's in Uncle Rick's browser history?
Rick, what's your story?
In buck teeth to the show one day as a shout out to nerds. It'll be great.
Okay, my turn. Okay, so I've got to ask you a question though. Well, no, I'll tell you first, and then I got to ask you a question. Okay, I've got pop out chat over here, and I was just I was thinking how cool it is. Well, I mean, obviously being part of the panel, but also being part of all of these people's lives. And so my question back to you is, you must have been looking at my face and read something on it. What was it?
Just the energy that was coming off of it. I knew something was going on in that Tinker box.
Anyways, if I could have the floor for a little while, I thought I'd tell you a little bit of history with me.
I can hear you. I'm going to get a beer.
Okay. Yeah, when we talk about video games, the company I represented, we were involved in a couple of big board games that you may or may not have heard of. One was Pictionary. That was a big board game. Sold a shitload of those, and who's it? Pictionary. That was a big one. Yeah, that was a real big one. Yeah.
Got big memories of that as a kid playing that with the family. Oh, definitely, absolutely. And actually, speaking of board games, here's another one that's like, I did like, it's one of those things I thought was uncool as you went into teenage years, right? Because I only knew about like Monopoly and Risk and like a few other ones. And then I remember my dad and I went to visit my Auntie Kim. She was in a really bad place in life. And she's like, oh, we should play Carcassonne. I didn't really, oh, what's that? She's, oh, it's a board game. And I'm just like, oh, man, I don't want to do this. This sounds dumb. And this is at like 4 p.m. or something like that. And we ended up playing this game till like 2 a.m. and then doing it all again like 2 or 3 days in a row. And like, it was like, okay, so this board game's awesome as hell. What there's got to be other good board games out there. And then got into actually looking for like board games. There's a lot of really cool shit out there. Well, I'd say like good stuff.
I mean, we got into like Magic the Gathering and stuff, you know, playing Magic cards. I know DP and me have talked about that before, man. I love playing, you know, like games like that. Like even my little brother got into Pokemon when he was young. And dude, I mean, when you play that game, it's actually really fun, you know, if you know how to play the game and you're into those games. And, you know, as an adult, it's fucked up.
I never would have thought I enjoyed it. I was like, what the hell is that shit? They're just playing with cards.
Yeah, dude, there's so much strategy and stuff behind it.
And it's so in depth. It was very fun.
Yeah, I mean, up to building your deck and, you know, everything, man. It's an involved process.
Yeah, somebody at my work that's super into it. And then, like, he has, I wish Driz was here because they have actually a set coming out on Magic that's based off of the character Driz is named after. So,
Yep.
That's
They
cool.
just started making Magic cards about that. Yeah, that's awesome.
That was really cool. But on that note, I'm taking my high ass to sleep, fellas. I got to work in the morning, and y'all have a good rest of your evening.
You too, DP.
Have a great night, brother. Honestly, it might be about winding down for myself also. Should we all just like leave and just leave Prophet right here to come back with nobody here except chat with him?
That would be amazing.
That'd be kind of funny.
I guess he's brewing that beer himself.
Yeah, yeah. I think he had to grow the hops first, though. Getting the seeds germinated as we speak.
I've always wanted to try growing hops. Never did that.
Grows a lot like cannabis.
Yeah, just you got to give it its vertical support because it's more of a vine.
Yeah, it trellises up really nice.
Isn't
vertical
is
trellis.
actually closely related to cannabis?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yep.
Oh shit, he's back. We blew it.
Yeah.
Well, at least he didn't hear what we were saying about him.
You guys always blow it when I get in the room.
But yeah, right in your mouth.
Bum. Yeah. Good spin.
No Ouija boards. Never.
Oh, speaking,
Fuck those things.
I got a Ouija board story for you.
Fuck no. No Ouija boards.
Back in was about 21, 22, we're just fucked on. A buddy of mine made a batch of bathtub acid, basically, and he needed a guinea pig. And so I was like, put my fucking hand real high in the air. And we're at his house in like Mud River area, Prince George. So like basically you got about, I don't know, maybe not quite half-hour drive to actual town. And I'm getting really fucking high off of this. I'm not sure how long it had been since I'd eaten it, but a while. And they break out a Ouija board. And these things, I've never really been around them. So they I didn't know what to think. They creeped me out. And to this day, I still don't know if they were fucking with me or not. But I was kind of hiding behind the couch, kind of looking over shoulders and stuff while they're playing. And I was asking questions and then I asked it something. And it told me I was going to die. So I fucking start screaming like in full on, like, ah! But like louder. And the open doors going onto the second floor balcony, I fucking went screaming out there, hurled the fucking balcony, hit the ground running, fucked off into the bush. Got lost in the bush. And then nighttime come. I was just like, I'm fucked, like just I'm way fucked on acid. And so I start freaking out about bears in the dark, right? Because I just get that thought in my mind. So I climb a fucking tree, well, probably not very far because I was afraid.
Get away from a bear, huh?
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
I was probably only like 8 inches off the ground, but it felt real high, and then I remember I was up in this tree until daylight, and but I was gone a day and a half, just fucked up and still high. When I got back to their house, and there's still a couple people there just like laughing their fucking ass off. Where the fuck you come? Still had like my socks kind of on my feet, like the cuffs around there. I mean, like a little bit of the part that would go over your foot was like flapping around there, but just dying. Feet are cut, arms are cut, just a fucking wreck.
Caribou ran over a typical answer. Like, it's inevitable. No shit, you're gonna die. Like, that's all they had to say. And you were like, fuck, I'm out, gone.
Yeah,
like, they didn't say when. They didn't say, like, tonight's the night. It's like, you're going to die. No shit. No shit.
Yeah, but anyways, that was quite the experience. They fuck, I love acid. But that was, because they'd end up being a pretty good time out there. It wasn't all just like, oh my God, I'm gonna die.
You stay in a tree until sunrise, dude. What do you mean it wasn't anything like that? Come on.
Well, it's dark. I couldn't find my way in the bush, and so I was scared. But light comes out, and you're kind of get on with your day, man. You're
right, King Fisher said it right. He probably was like 20 foot behind the house in the one tree that was there. He wasn't really in the bush. That's where he thought he was, but he was like 20 foot behind the house, up a tree.
Yeah.
Just like,
I was out there because they came looking for me for a while and they couldn't find me. So, but I have done mushrooms where me and people thought we were on these great long journeys away from the campsite. And then we go to show people all this wonderful stuff that we found, and you were never more than a couple 100 feet from the campfire at any point in time. And it's like, oh yeah, that's interesting. Let's had a lot of fun though.
If that was Herton, he would have if he would have thought he saw bears, he would have been chasing them things down, ready to beat them down for their to make beard oil. I swear to
Beard
God,
oil.
they would have been fuck
Hey,
climbing
I
a tree.
remember having a shroom walk before too once, man. I was probably in the biggest, smallest house I've ever been in my life because it took me at least a half hour to walk to the fucking bathroom, and there were many wonderful sights along the way. And then you show up sober, and you're like, well, it was like 15 steps that way, and there ain't shit. And you're just like, dude, what? Okay.
Yeah, you've almost unlocked the secrets of life, and all it was is you taking a walk to the bathroom. You know.
Yeah. Yep. All right, and on that note, yep, I'm out for the evening too, guys. Man, y'all have a great one.
All right.
Cheers,
Love you.
chat. Fucking good seeing everybody in chat. Fucking, we'll talk to all you guys tomorrow.
I think it seems like good as time as any to shut her down. I'm way fucked up from the dabs I've been doing. Been a hard day at work, so a good night's sleep's probably what I need because it's gonna be just a slightly less hard day tomorrow. But at least we got the lion's share of it done today, so it's not bad. But everyone, all you guys, thanks for hanging out. Dave, thanks for joining us again. It's great to see you. Always great to bullshit with you. And everyone in chat, we love you. Thanks for hanging out. I've kind of ignored you all pretty much all night, but even my face looks blank with me trying to wave my hand in front of me. I see that, so you probably get it. Anyways, we love you all. We'll see you Friday night for our usual Friday night shit show session, and see you all then. Have a great night. Oh, and we got Argentine Kush Queen coming up on Sunday. I believe she's been actually watching us right now, so let's give her a shout out, and we'll see her Sunday morning for our wake and bake. And on that note, I love you all. Brewers love. And
Later, guys.
see y'all next time around.